Juliam Gabriel ORTIZ Rivera, the sole representative of IBN Puerto Rico, a bye in a round of 64. In a round of 32 in ring A, the 20-year-old prevailed over the man from Cabo Verde, hurting him in the second round, completely changing things in his favor to eliminate Admilson Carvalho to progress through to the quarterfinals here. His opponent is HAXHILLARI, 26 years of age, part of a 4-strong Albanian boxing team, a bye in the round of 64, and in the round of 32 he beat the Czechia national champion David Karbash on a unanimous point decision verdict. Picks his punch as well as the organized economical southpaw.
Round one.
And we are underway. 63.5 kilogram light welterweight action in the round of 16. The winner through to the quarterfinal stage. And at least $10,000 US. And the southpaw, wearing red in this all-southpaw affair, is getting through with left hands right from the outset. That is 20-year-old Juliam Gabriel ORTIZ Rivera. Pan American Youth Bronze in 2023, in the edition in Cali, Colombia. Pan American Games for the entire Pan American Championships for the entire Americas continent, from Canada in the north all the way down to the southern tip of Argentina and Chile in the south. The Caribbean comes in that jurisdiction as well. As for the boxer wearing blue, that is HAXHILLARI, 26 years of age, participated in the World Championships 2 years ago at 57 kilograms. And earlier this summer, he competed in the World Boxing World Championships in Liverpool. So HAXHILLARI just trying to bob and weave his way inside, but you can see he's got that reach advantage enjoyed by ORTIZ Rivera to overcome. Uppercut to the body landed by ORTIZ Rivera, and you can see that the reddening around the left side of ORTIZ Rivera's face. That's a wonderful right jab landed by ORTIZ Rivera. Good work to the body. Cuffing attempted, southpaw right attempted upstairs by HAXHILLARI. Effective left jab from HAXHILLARI, but then a two-shot counter in response from ORTIZ Rivera. Now both men digging down to the body. The taller boxer happy to concede his height and reach and meet his more compact opponent in what one would assume is his preferred territory. Good right hand to the body from both boxers, but I think ORTIZ Rivera's was perhaps more effective behind the elbow. And now trade-offs taking place at mid-range. Three-shot combination ended by the southpaw right hook from ORTIZ Rivera. His punches land with a thudding sound. Leaving his chin rather open as he was seeking to dance and dodge while confined in the corner. First round in the book. Both men enjoying success, principally at short and mid-range. This man, the taller boxer, not hesitating to concede his height and reach advantages and meet HAXHILLARI in his preferred wheelhouse. Both men enjoying success. I happen to think that the work of the man in red, probably by virtue of volume as much as anything else, were enough to take that round, but it was very competitive. So it's a 3-2 split in favor of the man in red.
Seconds out.
Judges 3 and 5 preferring the work of HAXHILLARI.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round then. And after taking on HAXHILLARI at short and mid-range in the first, or the taller boxer, ORTIZ Rivera, seek to utilize his height and reach. Solid right hand again while spinning off the line counterclockwise from ORTIZ Rivera. That reddening is becoming quite angry around his left eye. Just watching to see whether that may open up if a right hook can be found. And now he's really beginning to sit down on his punches. And we mentioned the thudding quality with which they land suggests that he's a heavy-handed individual. And we mentioned in his victory in the round of 32 over Admilson Carvalho of Cabo Verde, it was a single shot. Oh, there's a solid right hand landed by HAXHILLARI. But it was a single shot practically in the second round which turned the tide of that contest, one which he ultimately went on to win by a unanimous decision. Holding and hitting into the ribcage of HAXHILLARI from ORTIZ Rivera, but then gets back on the resumption behind a really ramrod right jab. Here's the same right hand once again. It was landed with a bent elbow on an upward climb on that occasion. Right jab not too far away from ORTIZ Rivera once again. HAXHILLARI probably waiting a little too long here as he's seeking to play counterpuncher, walks into a left hand. And again, if ORTIZ Rivera is as heavy a puncher as I imagine here, oh, there's a good right hook once again from ORTIZ Rivera, but countered immediately and just losing his balance momentarily. Well, the type of, if he possesses the type of power that can change a boxer's mind, that's a cracking quality to possess, because I'm not sure that the balance of HAXHILLARI has altogether returned fully here. Seen taking up residence on the ropes, just trying to remain out of harm's way as a right-left combination, followed by a left hook to the body. But HAXHILLARI cleverly and bravely turning the tables, keeping his composure, scores with a right uppercut and presenting enough of a threat to serve as a deterrent to ORTIZ Rivera so that he can't come forward with impunity. There's a right hook right onto that reddened left eye area of ORTIZ Rivera from HAXHILLARI. But has the balance of HAXHILLARI been disrupted? Absorbed a few heavy punches during the course of this second round. Came square on the ropes and was picked off by a terrific combination. And I happen to think that the man in red has done enough. Remember, he edged the first on a 3-2 split. Some heavy shots exchanged between the boxers during the course of that second round. Here's the ramrod right jab. HAXHILLARI always answering back to keep himself in contention. I just don't think that he's done enough to win the round. And then when he retreated to the ropes, there was a real purple patch. And look at that for a right hook. That's what affected the boxing stance of the man in blue. You can see his legs have momentarily gone. And then when he was on the ropes trying to gain some respite, he took another two-shot salvo. But look at the way that he fired back. Terrific determination, spirit, and composure when clearly buzzed in the second round by the heavy-handed Juliam Gabriel ORTIZ Rivera. He's taken the second round unanimously.
Your third and final rounds.
So we move into the third and final round. And has the 60-second interval between rounds 2 and 3 been enough for the equilibrium of HAXHILLARI to be restored? Because it appeared to have been disrupted during the course of the second round as the two men trading big shots at mid-range. Hook to the head is a real shot which would shake an opponent down to his boots. He's happy to stand in the pocket despite being a taller boxer. Good right hand to the body and then an uppercut terrific two-way action being contested in the confines of a phone booth. Ania and HAXHILLARI just letting the referee know that he was tagged by a rabbit punch, and he was, but that's why the referee's there. But now both men standing toe-to-toe as HAXHILLARI lands a cracking left hook. But look at these thudding punches checking the chin of HAXHILLARI, and he bites down and fires right back. Oh, that's a cracking right uppercut, but answering with his own uppercut is HAXHILLARI. A hard-hitting affair taking place at short range and well within his rights to land that uppercut on an open chin, because both men just step backwards looking into the eyes of one another as if to assess how the opponent is feeling. There was no command of stop or break from the referee, and a cracking right uppercut was delivered by ORTIZ RIVERA. But taking it well and looking to answer immediately is HAXHILLARI. And this is resulting in not high-paced, but high-quality, hard-hitting two-way action right in the middle of the boxing ring. It's been fought at a low tempo, this one, but a high intensity. Both men breaking the deadlock with southpaw right jabs. Now ORTIZ RIVERA has put an awful lot onto his punches, and for the first time in the contest, he's seeking to disengage. Got just under a minute to negotiate to make it back to the bell. Excuse me, back to the corner for the final bell. But he's adopting a back foot posture now. Is he looking to walk HAXHILLARI onto a shot? Clever boxing now to maintain a gap, but looking to close the gap in a hurry is HAXHILLARI. Inaccurate with that final right hook. There's a good right hand slung into the body. Thudding left hook while the two men on the inside once again from ORTIZ RIVERA. Both men going for big singles during that final exchange. And as the bell sounds, the man who has raised his left hand to the rafters, I think his anticipation of victory is going to be rewarded, because it was a very good display by Juliam Gabriel ORTIZ RIVERA. HAXHILLARI of Albania, switching back to Albania from Germany in 2023. But it will be the man in red who is declared as the victor here. HAXHILLARI took some terrific shots. There was an uppercut on an open chin during a brief standoff which snapped his head forcefully backwards, but he took the punch and kept his composure and concentration. But I happen to think it's the man in red who will be going through.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, representing IBN Puerto Rico, Juliam Gabriel ORTIZ RIVERA.
So, Juliam Gabriel ORTIZ RIVERA flexing for the camera operators ringside here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center. A unanimous point decision victor. Sees him acknowledge all sides of the arena before exiting the boxing ring, but he's not exiting the tournament. He's through to the quarterfinal stage, at least $10,000 US richer, and he prevailing with a unanimous point decision verdict over HAXHILLARI of Albania. Very good display indeed, and the 2023 Pan American Youth bronze medalist goes through to the quarterfinal stage, looking for one more win for a place on the podium.